ANC, wathinta abafazi, wathinta imbokodo. I stand here on the shoulders of our mothers, Omam Lillian Ngoyi, Omam Helen Joseph, Dorothy Nyembe, Sophie de Brain, Rahima Musa, Ruth Mompati, Betha Gqowa, Gertrude Chope, Umam Albertina Sisulu, Umam Munima Dikizela Mandela. I stand here on the shoulders of our forefathers of this great movement. Ujohn Dube, Usifako Makhato, Uzakaria Mahabane, Ujosia Gumede, Sithalande, Ahmed Kathrada, Uheri Gwala, Moses Mabhida, James Moroka, Albert John Luthuli, Oliver Tambo, Nelson Mandela, Thabo Mbeki, Jacob Zuma Gedleyihlekisa. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Basetsana Khumalo, and it's truly my singular privilege, pleasure, and honor to be your program director this evening at this very, very esteemed and august gathering. I continue to say that I'm an African child. I'm a daughter of this African soil, allowed to define her destiny. I'll write my story to inspire the new generation. Viva ANC, viva. Phambili nge-ANC phambili. With that, it gives me great pleasure to invite our TG, Dr. Zweli Mkhize, to come and give the opening remarks. TG, over to you.
Thank you very much. Program Director, Basetsana Khumalo, His Excellency President J.G. Zuma and Mama Mangema Zuma, the Deputy President, Comrade Cyril Ramaphosa, and Dr. Tsepo, Mrs. Ramaphosa, the leadership of the African National Congress, the ministers present here, mayors, comrades, business leaders, ladies and gentlemen, it is a singular honor and pleasure for us, on behalf of the African National Congress, to welcome you to this gala dinner. It's a presidential gala dinner, and it is indeed for us from the African National Congress a pleasure and an honor to be able to present to you in this evening the President who will be giving the address. The nature of this evening is a networking session. It's an occasion for you to meet with the leaders of the African National Congress at various levels, the ministers in government, and various officials who might be here with us. It is also a privilege for us to be able to interact with you, representing the captains of industry and business, so that we can share views, ideas, give each other advices. But also this dinner is hosted the night before the opening of the National General Council, which is our mid-year conference wherein the leadership has to account for its activities over the past 2.5 years. It's held in every 5-year cycle, and therefore part of what the President might give you might be a glimpse of the issues that the African National Congress might be dealing with over the next few days. We are here to celebrate that occasion, but we also want to say to you, we are very grateful and we appreciate the support and your generous contribution from various sponsors and donors. I'm sure you all are aware we are too many to mention one by one, but please be assured that the ANC appreciates each and everyone's contribution as an individual, as an organization or a company, as a group, in whatever form that you've been able to make your contribution to the African National Congress. We do appreciate. We may as well indicate to you that this is one of those occasions where, whilst we appreciate your contributions, we are not shy to say to you, you've been so good, may you please continue. So, you do know that the African National Congress requires all of your support to do the good work that it is doing of managing a very complex society and economy, the South African people. And from that point of view, we do want you to know that this evening is dedicated to attention to yourselves, meet friends, new friends, and link up with those whom you'd like to talk to. You are allowed to tweet as we are going on. You can, do posts in your Facebook. Anything is allowed. Photographs are allowed, and selfies, etc. So, and I must say, that's all in the house. No, there's no additional implication, financial implication at that level. We just want to say to you, therefore, that this is an evening for you to relax, enjoy the address, as well as your networking session. The African National Congress will always be grateful for your support, and we hope you enjoy the evening. Thank you very much.
Siyabonga kakhulu TG for your word of welcome and your opening remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, you are all indeed very esteemed guests this evening, and we duly do thank you for taking the time to be with us this evening. However, I do beg your indulgence to be able to just highlight a few names that I really have to pay respects to. And indeed, our President, His Excellency, President Jacob Gedleyihlekisa Zuma, umangema awusemhle mntasekhaya. You're looking beautiful. The Deputy President, Ntate Cyril Ramaphosa, Le Austepo Ramaphosa, welcome with us this evening. The TG, duly welcome. Thank you for hosting us this evening. And we have officials of the African National Congress represented here. We also have ministers, deputy ministers, the diplomatic corps fully represented. We've got international guests here in the house, and indeed yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to this wonderful evening, the ANC NGC Presidential Gala dinner. With that, I'm going to invite Umfundisi wethu, Dr. Reverend Mehana, to open in prayer.
Let us bow our heads in prayer. Wonderful God, before we were even an idea, you have always been our God. Akunanqaleko, akunanqebeko. Ukwendaweni zonke, ukho ngamaxesha onke. We stand before you this evening in this wonderful opportunity that you give to us as a special privilege, that we are to partake in this glorious and divine gift of fellowship as these your people. As we are gathered here in this wonderful and happy moment, we invoke your presence, that you journey with us during this evening, as we have been gathered by this wonderful organization with the instrument, which is the instrument of your peace and love for the people of this country. We will always celebrate your graciousness by always giving us leaders, generations and generations. We lift our hearts now in thanksgiving to you for this dinner that has been called by your servant, our president, whom you know we always pray for him. We pray for his health. We always pray for his wisdom. We always pray for his ability to listen and hear you leading him as he leads your people. We are happy to see him with Mama, that he is here to welcome us in this evening. Here are your people who work with him to make all the important decisions for the advancement of your glory and extension of your kingdom to your people. As we gather in this way this evening, we ask you to bless this evening. Bless it, Lord, so that you can be able, through the power of your Holy Spirit, that you touch and soften each and every one of us, that our hearts be generous tonight as we celebrate and do what is expected of us in this glorious moment. Lord, it is called the dinner, which we know that you have a special love for the table, because that's where you shared your communion with the world. Bless the food and fellowship. Bless, Lord, all what will be given to us. We even ask you, Lord, even to bless the drinks that they will be having, that those drinks must nourish their body and make their hearts to be soft towards the generosity that is expected. Here they are. They are your children. Pour your grace upon us and bless the food and all the people who are here. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Enkosi kakhulu mfundisi wethu, uTata uMehana. Ladies and gentlemen, the TG has spoken. This is a night to be enjoyed, to network, and you've probably been trying to get hold of that person and you wanted to close the deal, and they're actually in the room today. So make sure that you make a beeline for them and you do close that deal. With that, bon appetit. We'll see you in a little while.
vegetarian by any chance? Can I have vegetarian? Are you vegetarian? All the time. What do you eat? No, but you want to keep it for them? I'm not sure. I don't know.
Sometimes alone in the evening, I look outside my window at the shadows in the night. I hear the sound of distant crying, the darkness multiplying, and weary hearts deny. All I feel is my heartbeat, beating like a drum, beating with confusion. All I want is for our hearts to be beating just as one, and we will never run, 'cause in my African dream, there's a new tomorrow. My African dream is a dream that we can follow. Now when the night begins to fall, I listen for your call, I listen for your heartbeat. Alone my dream is just a dream, another false illusion, a shadow in the night. All I want is for our hearts to be beating just as one, to silence the confusion and the pain and the illusion will disappear again, and we will never run, 'cause in my African dream, there's a new tomorrow. My African dream is a dream that we can follow. This is my Africa. Oh, no. No more, no more. This is mine. This is Africa. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real honor for me to be here tonight, to be performing for the president, ministers, everybody here present tonight. My name is Mauritian. Some of you might know me from Chamali days. I was the short one. And the next song I'm going to do for you is actually one of my own. It was inspired by the student revolution, especially what was happening in Stellenbosch, seeing that that's where I'm from. And I felt like I needed to rally behind, the students and support, their wishes to learn, to study without the social injustices. This is called Listen, Luister. It's time to feel each other's pain. A moment in history we stand to gain. The nation is crying, hoping to be heard. Standing together, hearing more than words. Freedom to study, freedom to learn. build with our hands. Oh, listen, it's our last chance. Listen to the voice of our heroes, young and old, our youth, my diva and Oliver Tambo. Let's rise and open our eyes to wipe the tears, hear the cries. Freedom to study, freedom to learn, freedom to grow, 'cause it's our turn. Freedom to study, freedom to learn, freedom to grow, 'cause it's our turn. Listen, listen, if we are one, this can be done. Listen, listen, if we go back, we break what we build with our hands. Build with our hands. What we build with our hands. Oh, listen. If we are one, then this can be done. Listen, listen. If we move forward together, we build with our hands. Build with our hands. What we build with our hands. Oh, listen, it's our last chance. Thank you.
Should I take it up?
Ever listen. Now I'm going to welcome one of my friends, Mangobe, onto stage. We're going to spice it a little up. We want to put you to sleep. We hope you enjoy the next one. You can clap your hands, you can groove along wherever you are, in your seat.
Ngikhumbula kudala nihleli nomama kwasuka kwadlula lo sisi enxebe ihembe emhlophe wajonga ngecala ndanqanquzela isala hey manuyandi chaza akasemhle naxelela mzala ngixakekile intlonta ndinazo baby wena uthandiwe
Sonza pomero monde, oh pambalisa jenga wewe nubedi tlizi uyame.
ooh la 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 ooh la 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 ooh la 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 saqala ukubonana besiku nahamba ngifuna ukukhala ndisenza umntana omncinci ngale ngilanga sagqiba uxabana wewe bufunda ngishada ngaphambana yaxelela umzala ixakekile intlonta ndinazo baby wena uthandiwe
Sonza pomero monde, oh pambalisa jenga wewe nubedi tlizi uyame.
ooh la 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 ooh la 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 ooh la 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 la
Kona kona lo pute pete oh. Kona kona lo pute pete. Tona pate, amusike.
Tona pate, amusike. Kona kona lo sison dipeteyo.
Come closer.
Kona kona lo sison
He's so far away from me.
dipeteyo. Tona pate, amusike. Tona pate, amusike. Dikuthenga njalo baby, dixakekile. Intlonta ndinazo baby, wena uthandiwe.
So Thank you. Have a beautiful evening further. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please can we put your hands together for Marishan? I hope you have enjoyed your starter. I'm going to ask us to please settle down so that we can proceed with our program. May I ask us to please settle down so that we can proceed with our program this evening. Let's just give it up for Amabogobogo Bafet. 64-0 against USA. I mean, the boys are doing well. I think they deserve a round of applause. Mina Makosi for life, but Orlando Pirates is representing a CAF Nayo Bantu. Can we give our boys a round of applause? Gentlemen, I'm going to start pointing fingers because there's a group over here to my left that I would like you to please take your seats so we can continue with the program. Thank you. It gives me great pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to invite on stage the President of the African National Congress, the President of the Republic, Babu Jacob Gedleihlekisa Zuma, Ngamala Umsholozi, Umaphuma bemphethe zadla zombili yena wakwaMantombela kwanaba mashiya mahle halala Msholozi halala.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, Chewandla. Ningahlala phansi. Thank you very much, Director of the program. Our Treasurer General, the Treasurer General of the ANC, Dr. and Comrade Zweli Mkhize, who have a bigger understanding of the importance of the dinner than all of us. Deputy President of the African National Congress and your better half, all ANC officials and members of the National Executive Committee of the ANC, the leadership of the ANC, the SACP, COSATU, SANCO, members of the fraternal organizations and international guests who are with us here. Members of the Progressive Business Forum, members of the business community, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests, comrades, and friends, yabona ke Khabazela, inkinga ifika ibela kimi. Uthi umla ufuna ukubona ukuthi obani laba bala endlini. Kucishwa amalambu ngamabomu nje. Kuvele kucishe kube mnyama nje, kube half mnyama half kukhanya. Uma ungathi kusasa ngangikhona edineni ngithi uqamba manga kuba sikubonanga. Kodwa ke ngiyabona ukuthi indlela okwenziwa ngayo kuyacashelwana nje. Noma kucashelwana nje kufuna nikwenetu zemali. Because kuye kube kuhle ubone ukuthi awunampo sibanibani. I've never understood the logic behind it. Somebody will educate me one day. Ukuthi you are there but not there, you know. We welcome fraternal movements such as Frelimo, who are here with us, MPLA, Chama Chama Penduzi, SWAPO, ZANU-PF, who are our special guests. Now, I know that things these days or stories are told through acronyms. Some of the acronyms here you cannot decipher, like Frelimo is a long word, but is the ruling party in Mozambique that fought for freedom in Mozambique. The MPLA as well is a party that is ruling Angola that fought for the freedom. Chama Chama Penduzi is a Tanzanian ruling party that ruled from 1961 up to today. Sorry. And SWAPO of Namibia and ZANU-PF. These are our guests and these are our comrades. We like to keep that relationship going. To all of us, that relationship and our parties are more important than anything. So we're very happy that our comrades and colleagues are here. Some of them are ministers, etc. We're very happy that you are with us. We also welcome the representatives of the BRICS countries, who are our partners. A very important grouping in the conjuncture of today, given the global landscape. Very important, we welcome you here in our country. The importance of the party-to-party relations with former liberation movements in particular is one of the most important grouping, particularly in our region here. So we are very happy, and I'm really, if it were to be according to me, if there were lights, I would have said, can they stand up so that everybody sees them? But then it's just dark, so they wouldn't see, they would just see just figures standing up, not the faces. Would like to welcome everyone, our friends, our comrades, we are convening tomorrow what we call in brief NGC. As I said, stories are told through acronyms these days. Generally, it means the National General Council of the African National Congress, a very important gathering of the ANC in between conferences of the ANC, national conferences. There are few very important gatherings of the ANC. It is its national conference, it is its NGC, where we discuss the progress and review how we've implemented our resolutions and programs and work out the way forward. But also we have a policy conference where we sit to work out policy and then recommend to the national conference. The resolutions of the policy conference become the recommendations so that they are decided by the national conference. So the NGC is as important account as possible. Now these conferences are really conferences of the branches, because branches take the final big decisions, of course together with the leadership. So tomorrow we'll be saying something about that one. Tonight it's not a speech. If there was to be any speech, I'm sure if there is, it could only be tomorrow. Today is just welcoming our friends and colleagues, but also saying why we are in Gauteng. This is to ensure, to confirm that indeed you are in Gauteng, so you'll be with us tomorrow. Just to check. Once we have a dinner on the eve of our events, but not just to check only, also to remind you that the African National Congress is a non-profit organization. Yes. It makes no profit. But it's very huge. It's the biggest organization in the country. So just to having confirmed that you are all here, but also say, just remember, this organization that you are associated with is a non-profit making organization, which means it is looking at you with a very interesting eye. Just to remind you that this country is what it is because of this organization, poor as it is. So, if that is the case, we need to remember that we must remember this organization, because it has created an environment which is very conducive for everything to be done, everything, including business, among others. While we can talk about that more on a good day. Today I was just telling you that the reason we love to be with you, to enjoy the evening on the eve, just to confirm that friends are there, but also to remind them that, bear in mind, this organization does not make profit. it only creates conducive environment for people who can make profit. Huh? Then once you make profit, you then know who created the conducive environment. Not so. The NGC takes place in the middle of a global economic difficulties. And this situation has been with us for a long time. We had said we wanted to grow our economy by 5% by 2019. And this target is proving indeed to be difficult to achieve under these conditions. But we shall soldier on, working with you, our shareholders, particularly the business community. As you know, since 2008, the global economic meltdown has not gone better. Even the oldest economies have been struggling to come out of difficulties. Of course, if that is the situation, we could safely say that this period calls for unity among all of us to work together to bring up innovations. What can we do? We've tried many things to meet the situation, and I think we've been floating so far. We haven't gone under. But it is a difficult period for everyone. There's not a single country that is doing very well, or that has been doing very well all the time. Some are coming out of the difficulties, like the United States of America, for an example. Must work together to promote our country and to disseminate positive and encouraging messages about our country. One of the problems we do, in our view, we are very critical of ourselves, at times overcritical. When you meet people outside the country who envy to be South Africans, you almost get some fresh air. Do they know South Africa that South Africans themselves know? But they do. Precisely because there is a lot that our country has achieved, and they recognize this. If that is the case, we ought to be celebrating some of our achievements, because we have achieved a lot as a country. And indeed, many countries recognize that, and they speak about it. The successes that people speak about outside, they are less spoken about inside the country. But we have done well. The World Economic Forum's annual Global Competitiveness Report 2015 to 2016 has said that South Africa climbed up 7 spaces or places from 56 to 49 countries of 140 countries. We are now back in the top 50 in the world. These are people who look at these things and tell the world what's happening. South Africa's biggest improvements come in the areas of health and primary education, up to 6 places, efficiency, up to 6 places, technological readiness, up to 16 places, and innovation, up to 5 places. South Africa has also improved in the area of macroeconomic environment, up to 4 places, higher education and training, up to 3 places, and business sophistication, up to 2 places. So we don't put ourselves in whatever level. Some people do put us into some places. However, South Africa cannot be complacent. That's why we need to work together, all of us. That's why, more than anything, you need to support the ruling party because it has very good policies. That's why we're doing very well. Good policies, good programs. That's why you must remember what I said earlier. It is a known something. In February, we announced a 9-point plan to push the economy forward, ignite growth and create jobs as part of implementing the National Development Plan. We made these points, and it's absolutely important to remind ourselves, what did we say? We said, 1, we wanted to resolve the energy with the energy challenge, and it is a long road, it's not a short one. I asked somebody today, what has happened to load shedding? Somebody, was there load shedding here? People are beginning to forget that there has been load shedding, which was a big cry every day. But it's a long road to go, don't worry. Resolving the energy challenge. That's one of our tasks. Revitalizing agriculture and agro-processing value chain, advancing beneficiation or adding value to our mineral wealth. More effective implementation of a higher impact industrial policy action plan, encouraging private sector investment, moderating workplace conflict, unlocking the potential of SMMEs, cooperatives, township and rural enterprises, state reform and boosting the role of state-owned companies, ICT infrastructure or broadband rollout, water, sanitation, and transport infrastructure, as well as Operation Pakisa, aimed at growing the ocean economy and other sectors. So in a sense, we are clear where we are going. So when we say let us work together, we say let us work together to do X, Y, Z. The ruling party, the African National Congress's mission, as you know, is to transform the economy achieve inclusive growth and create decent work for our people, this requires the economy to grow faster. Government is clearly committed to improve the investment climate and ease of doing business. Business must respond as well by investing in the economy, especially South African companies. The ANC government is establishing a one-stop interdepartmental clearinghouse to attend to investor complaints and problems that have been raised by the private sector. In addition to South Africa being a destination for foreign direct investment, we are now also an important source of foreign direct investment in the African continent. The African continent is now widely acknowledged as the next growth frontier, and South Africa is in the fortunate position of having identified the growth opportunities in Africa many years ago already. This is why our trade policy prioritizes regional development through the South African Development Community, the tripartite free trade area, signed in June 2015 in Sharm el-Sheikh, and the Continental Free Trade Area. So it is not just one country shaping up, the entire continent is shaping up. We have 5 economic regions in the continent. 3 have signed, are coming together, and the negotiations have started with the remaining 2, so that we'll have one region, Africa, to develop intra-trade, and we believe that we can do more if we do so. These agreements do not only open the door to South African exporters only. They also provide investment opportunities for companies owned by South Africans or domiciled in South Africa. This outward investment should be celebrated. In other words, what Africa has been discussing and agreeing upon theoretically, practically we are now moving, and business people should position themselves for African growth, which is going to be massive for a very long time to come. We indeed do encourage our firms to seize the opportunity created by the African National Congress. The African National Congress has created opportunities. Partly when we meet in the NGC, we discuss many things, politics, business issues, many other things. How forces are nationally and where we are. And what is it that we need to do better? In all of this, we want South Africa to be well positioned so that we are able to move forward. Now, part of the reason we meet as we do is because we don't want to fail. We want to succeed. And I can tell you, we will succeed. When the African National Congress was formed, no one ever believed it will ever succeed and liberate South Africa. Perhaps it became even more doubtful to others in the course of the struggle. In fact, I heard many people, many people criticizing some of the leaders of the ANC to say they were professionals, they left to do what they were doing and just went into the struggle because nobody believed it will ever succeed. The African National Congress succeeded. In a manner that some people who were looking at it called it a miracle. Because people didn't understand the South Africans. Because they did things differently than other people. I can tell you, our destination is a prosperous South Africa, and we are going to reach there. We are making a lot of strides moving forward to reach that place. But one of the important things that we need to do is to love this oldest organization in the continent of Africa, because it is reliable, dependable, experienced, it has a foresight, it has policies, plans, programs. All you need to do is to make it strong, make it powerful, give it instruments to walk the way, this long road. I've looked around, I must tell you, as a politician, looked at policies of other parties. I haven't found policies that can compare to those of the African National Congress about the future. We are very clear, very clear. We are as clear about where we are going as we were in 1912. You'll recall in 1912 that those who met said things that are still relevant today. Now, all we need is a capacity which you must participate in building, all of you. In fact, that is your major part. Just capacitate this organization. Once you have capacitated us, we'll change the gears, we'll move very fast. We could arrive there quicker during your lifetime. The time frames are in your hands. There's no doubt. As I say, I've read policies. I come back after reading other policies and say, well, no wonder the people of this country are not confused. Even in the face of very serious propaganda, they are very clear. So tomorrow we'll be meeting and saying, where are we? Where have we been? What have we been doing? What are we supposed to do? We'll be looking also to ourselves, perhaps to a very large extent, looking at our own. Just like the Amapogopo. Abadlali. Ma uweek akushaya azakushayisise. Uzube usizi phela kudabukisa abantu. Sifuna makuthiwa kubalwa ama-point. Makukhona isitharisha nabo kuthiwa kubalwa ukuthi mangaki esawafaka. Kutholakala ukuthi safaka amaningi kunabo bonke. Ubani ukhumbula kwenye isikole sithaye ama-time mangaki? I-Springbok sikole kangaki? Sinama-point amangaki? Hawubeni ngayibuka ngani kanti? 64. Yiphi enye iclub esikuyadlala yafika lapha? Kule competition. Ikhona? Ayikho. So ikhaphi yaphi? They've got a winning spirit njenge ANC. Absolutely. Because the ANC is a winning party. And it's going to be a winning party, as I was talking about Chama Chama Penduzi for a long, long time. Chama Chama Penduzi, I think, is finishing 50 years now. 50 years. 50 years in power. It's not smart. So it's smart. In terms of South Africa. 50 years. Sidlule. Slangan 100 years. Ngoba phela ayikho into esebeke eceleni yonke into siyiqondisa ngqo njengothi lo mkhonto. You know, I don't know, I always say this, I don't know how you feel when you're outside of the ANC, really, because it's so wonderful to be inside. You are at home, you are warm, you know, we are born nje kumnandi. Am I wrong? Makuwaphuma ANC uyazaca. Zaca uba ukuthi. Bakubuza abantu ukuthi udliwa yini. Akuphunywa la. Mnandi. But we'll be talking tomorrow, comrades and friends, about the NGC, the National General Council. For now, it is really to welcome you, to say be with us, participate with us. I'm sure you'll be seeing how we do things, and of course expecting you to help us advise. We always learn in the ANC. We take advice, we take everything. But we always say whatever you advise, it is adding, enhancing to our correct policies, because our policies are correct. There are things that we now take for granted, not so. Non-racialism, for an example. We've forgotten. We are an organization of the people. It does not mean that we don't make mistakes. We do. But we talk to the people. And we like to be told where we have made mistakes so that we can correct the mistakes. Because we believe what we do it for the people. The NGC will be a report not just to the ANC, but to the country. What have we done? And we'll be expecting people participate with us and be with us. But for our friends here who are here today, just remember, it's an NGC tomorrow of an organization called the African National Congress, needing you more than any other time. Because the TG is a very nice and handsome young man. Please, when he knocks at the door, open the door. Don't close the door, open it. If you believe the door is smaller, open it wider so that he can come in and be with you. If he says we need something, he's not going to ask everything from you, no. Just one thing only. One thing and one thing only. What must you do? If he says support the ANC, we always advise, take your check as it is, sign and give him a blank check with an instruction. Just write 6 figures only, not more. No matter how those 6 figures look like. But there must not be more than 6 only. So he is a very careful gentleman. He will write what you could have written yourself. Huh? I always say to business people, if you support the ANC, you are a clever business. You are investing very wisely. Because if you are a businessman, and I've been told business people are very wise people, the investment to the ANC is a wise investment. If you don't invest in the ANC, your business is in danger. Agreed? Agreed? Well, let us meet in the NGC tomorrow. I think I was told it starts at 10. If I'm right, Upu SG, you know as a cat. SG, DSG, they are not here. DP, you think it's 10? But thank you very much, Bagwetu. You are all welcome. Enjoy the dinner and enjoy the NGC tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Stand by. All systems ready. Three, two, one.
For victory requires intense effort and teamwork. When you get to it, there is no turning back because all eyes are on you. When it's action time, nothing should stand in your way. Sports Live tackles and analyzes all the sport action. This is the home of all your sport news, updates, and more. Sports Live weekdays at 8:30 p.m.
Hello and welcome to a rather delayed start to your world on SABC News Channel 404. I'm Tabile Ngwato.
And I'm Lulu Gabu. Thank you for joining us. Let's take a look at stories making headlines at this hour.
The legal advisor of the Communications Minister, Faith Muthambi, hints that they may turn to the Constitutional Court in the case involving the SABC COO.
Medecins Sans Frontières says it's reviewing its operations in Afghanistan following last weekend's deadly US airstrike on a hospital.
And Cameroon's Issa Hayatou at the helm of world football as FIFA's top brass, including its president, are suspended.
The Supreme Court of Appeal in Bloemfontein has dismissed with costs the application by the SABC Communications Minister and SABC COO Hlaudi Motsoeneng.
In its ruling, the court says the public protector cannot fulfill the constitutional purpose of her office if other organs of state second-guess her findings and ignore her recommendations. The ruling was made by a full bench of justices of the appeal court in Bloemfontein. The Democratic Alliance went to the High Court to enforce the remedial action proposed by public protector Thuli Madonsela.
Earlier, my colleague Peter Ndoro spoke to Communications Minister Faith Muthambi's legal advisor, Daniel Mancha. He asked him if today's ruling represents the end of the legal wrangle on the issue.
The minister has studied the judgment of the Supreme Court of Appeals. The minister, however, has got problem with the three fundamental findings of the court. The first one relates to the finding that the minister did not, or the minister has ignored the findings of the of the public protector. The finding is difficult for the minister because the minister has considered the report which was prepared, commissioned by the SABC, and that report has set out a number of issues which the public protector has concluded against Mr. Motsoeneng. And the minister was of the view that those matters were fully canvassed in that report, and her position when she adopted that report, which was prepared by Ten Mukunu, was, in her view, reasonable and rational. Therefore, she doesn't agree with the finding of the court that she has just simply ignored the findings of the public.
They're suggesting that she is trying to usurp the public protector's powers in a way by setting up a separate probe, and that the public protector's rulings or recommendations cannot be ignored.
Well, look, I think if there's something that this judgment of today has achieved was to actually pledge the issues relating to the public protector in a serious controversy, because the judgment came with so-called parallel processes. It's not defined in the judgment what amounts to parallel processes. And the position of the minister is very simple. If an employer is ordered to suspend and discipline an employee by the court of law, that employer has got internal HR rules which must be followed in terms of misconduct by an employee. In this regard, what the SABC did was to ask their legal advisors to actually look into those matters of the alleged misconduct by Mr. Motsoeneng to see if there could be a disciplinary hearing instituted. And the conclusion was that there was no wrongdoing on the part of Mr. Motsoeneng.
All right, so if that's the case, are we saying that you're going to ignore, the SABC can ignore the court's, the ruling today and not institute this disciplinary hearing?
Well, I'm not talking for the SABC, I'm talking for the minister. But what I can say to you, it is important to get clarity in a higher court whether a court of law can order an employer to discipline an employee without affording that employee, because you must remember that every employee has got a right to a fair labor practice, which is entrenched by the Constitution. So if you then have a situation where courts can order